AQA Level 2 Sample Paper Non-Calculator Question 7c Extra Bits. So there's already a video looking at this question and how to do it, in which we discussed that it's about speed, distance and time, and why this formula, time equals distance over speed, is probably the easiest way to tackle this question. But you can do it using either of these two formulas instead, and we're going to have a look at how. So most of the setup is still the same. The distance we still know is 50 miles. The speed we still know is 40 miles an hour. The time we know is 1 hour and 20 minutes. And this is the problem bit. If you're going to use one of these two formulas, we're going to start by looking at this one, then you need to do a sum with the time, and that means you need your units to be correct. The units need to match the time in the speed, so we need our time in hours, and what we've got here is the time in hours and minutes. So we need to convert that into hours. This 20 minutes is the problem. It's 20 minutes out of 60 minutes in an hour, which cancels down to 1/3. So our time is 1 whole hour, this one here, and 1/3 of an hour in hours. You can write that as a decimal. I know a lot of you prefer to work with decimals than fractions, but 1/3 as a decimal is a recurring number, and that's quite hard to do sums with. So I advise that you would actually tackle this using the time in hours as a fraction, not trying to use this recurring decimal. Let's look at how we might do that. So first we're going to do distance equals speed times time. Our speed is 40 and our time is 1 1/3. Timesing by a mixed number is not that easy, so we want to change our mixed number to a top-heavy fraction. 1 whole 1 is 3/3, so altogether here we've got 4/3. Now we've got a sum we can actually do. 40 times 4 is 160, and we've got that over 3. This is just a division sum, so we can do that. 3 into 1 doesn't go, 3 into 16 goes 5 with 1 over. 3 into 10 goes 3 and 1 over. 3 into 10 goes 3 again, and you can see we're going to keep getting 3s, so this is 53.33 recurring. This is our distance, so we're in miles. Have we answered the question? No, we haven't, because the question is still, if I drive at an average of 40 miles an hour, will I be there in time? Is Lisa correct? What we've worked out is if she drives at 40 miles an hour, she will travel 53.33 miles in an hour and 20 minutes. Does that make her right or wrong? Well, she needs to travel 50 miles. She's got time to travel 53, so that's further than she needs to go. So that shows us that yes, Lisa is correct. Because 53.33 is greater than 50. So that's using one version of the formula. What about if we wanted to use this version of the formula instead? Well, we've done a lot of the work now. We know the distance is 50. We know the speed is 40. And we now know the time is 4/3 in hours, remember. And this formula that we want to look at as the last option is speed equals distance over time. So that's equal to 50 divided by 4/3. Now this doesn't look very nice at all, but a division sum can be written in lots of different ways. If I write it like that, it doesn't look quite so bad. How do we do division by a fraction? Well, there's a trick to it. You change the division sign into a multiplication and you write the fraction the other way up. So now all we've got to do is 50 times 3/4. 3 times 50 is 150, and that's over 4. So that's just a division sum. 4 into 1 doesn't go. 4 into 15 goes 3 times with 3 left over. 4 into 30 goes 7 times with 2 left over. 4 into 20 goes 5. We've been working out the speed this time, so what we work out here is speed equals 37.5 miles per hour. So, have we answered the question? Not quite. We're still trying to see, is this true? Lisa said if she drives an average of 40 miles an hour, she'll be in time. We've just worked out that if she wants to travel 50 miles in 1 1/3 hours, an hour and 20 minutes, she needs to go at 37.5 miles an hour. She's saying she's going to go faster than that. So if she goes faster, she'll get there early, which means yes, Lisa is correct. Because 37.5 is less than 40. Any of those 3 solutions we've talked about would get you full marks. But the first one in the standalone video, where we looked at using this formula here, is the easiest because we don't have to convert the time into hours and we don't have to do multiplications or divisions by fractions.